Chris Caton, thanks for joining us. The US is one of the largest economies in the world and a key player in the global recovery. But is there a new paradigm at play where Australia should look to China and Asia for its economic future rather than the United States?
Well, of course, in recent years, China has become more important for Australia and the US progressively less important, and that trend will continue, and will continue literally for decades. It's helped us this year. Were it not for our exports to China, the Australian economy probably wouldn't have grown in the last 12 months. And it'll help us in the years to come also. Essentially what's happening here is, we've got somebody that wants what we do best, that is dig high quality resources out of the ground. This year, China became our biggest single export market. Now, you might have thought that happened years ago, but up until this year it has been Japan. Going forward, China will just be more and more and more important, as will the rest of developing Asia. But there is a bit of a downside to this, and that is it's a great growth story, having a strongly growing trading partner, but we will also, in that relationship also may well increase the volatility of the Australian economy.
How strong is the economic recovery in Australia? Do we have anything to fear?
Oh, we don't have anything to fear in the near term, I think, from, say, a slowdown in China. And, the economic recovery in Australia really is it hasn't really begun yet, but the signs are that you could expect reasonably good growth over the course of next year. There is, I suppose there is a small downside risk. A lot of that growth in exports to China, was coal, copper, iron ore. It's quite possible to see them being reduced from their recent heights in the months and quarters ahead. But nevertheless, it'll just be noise, it'll just be temporary.
Financials and bank shares have been at the heart of the equity rally. What other sectors beside resources and financials should investors consider for 2010?
Well, I'm not really a sector expert, but if you do look at the sectors right now, I don't think it's easy to answer that question. I think it's one thing to say the market is likely to continue to rise over the next year. It's quite another thing, I think, to say this sector is going to outperform the rest of the market. I couldn't really pick a favourite sector. I think the improvement in the market from now on should be fairly broad-based.